Hey everybody, how's it? Welcome to the Geebz Music Arcade channel. Still a bit of a joyful hangover, if you would, or postpartum. A couple of words that shouldn't really kind of go together, but after already last week's fundraiser for the Maui Food Bank and raising close to $2,800, I'm still kind of a buzz of that. Part of the takeaway is this little funny skins that I'm kind of playing with because I did something for the show on Twitch and I said, well, maybe I should use a skin like that. So I'm trying and I'm playing around, and at least doing a skin like what you see right now is a lot easier than me sitting on my green screen. So I don't know. That's kind of a win for me. Anyhow, coming from my Patreon, I'm noticing that quite a few people from this channel are drifting over to Patreon. You hang out there and leaving suggestions. It's not that I don't pull from the suggestions on this channel, but on Patreon, I spend a little more time dipping in and chatting with people there. And so please come on over to Patreon, hang out over there, drop a couple of your suggestions, and I'm putting on a list that's starting to grow a little bit, but I'll get it on that list. All right, guys, let's do this. This actually comes to us from Patreon, and Fate Grand Order Memorial Movie 2023. I didn't get a lot of detail about this. Don't know. I guess it's a movie, so I'll take it as that. But they said it had anime visuals or something of that. I don't know, but this is about the music, so let's do this. This is Fate Grand Order Memorial Movie 2023. All right. A little bit of an intro. Nice little fight beat back there. I love that subtle trap hi-hat. I love this part. This was the intro here. So this was wonderful for me. I love this kind of music. For an old guy, trust me, I flex forward in always being like charged up by great new compositions and music and sounds and styles in hybrid use of these arrangements. This what I was just kind of glowing about, this little turnaround that's about to happen before the second verse and we heard in the first verse. I love the subtle little piano, but they had this kind of percussive melodic answer back here that was kind of coming, that was kind of popping through. But one of the things that I find really super cool about this is the vocals on this. So the vocals seem to be subtle, soft in its performance, chilled and laid back. But as the composition grew and got into the hook, which was in it to a minute to win it, you guys know that about me and a little bit of radio history. That's how songs became like, you had to keep songs between 3.5 and 4.5 minutes because there was a certain amount of time for X amount of songs between an hour. So it was really important in those days of thinking, and still today, that if you get into that hook within a minute and then repeat that hook 3 to 4 times within the song, it sticks with people. This hook is sticking with me. I also love the trap. We went from a lo-fi beat into kind of a trap beat with that really kind of muted hi-hats in the background. But I love also the ambient and ethereal pad work in the back. So and when I opened this up, I didn't know if this was I'm still, I know what anime is, but I guess there's anime movies and anime TV. So I guess this is an animation movie that looks like anime. You guys straighten me out with that in the comments. I'm an old guy. I like the step up in the percussion on this second verse. Okay, maybe this is the movie video version and not the song version. I love the long arrangements in the background of this section here. While she's keeping this beautiful texture of her voice from verse all the way through the hook. And even though, like I said earlier, the music's getting louder and more bolder for the hook, she keeps this great energy in this pocket here. Hopeful, whimsical, yet in a very powerful moment. I really love that. But it's also the arrangement in the back that I'm hearing. I can't, da, 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 da. Really, really pretty. It's subtle. It's a less than more is an arrangement, but the ambiance and the ethereal aspect of this is also meted with, like I said earlier, second verse. I like how they stepped it up with the boom, 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 boom. They gave us a little of that now as a bit of a lift to get us through the second verse. But I just love that background arrangement that we're hearing that's kind of swimming around her melody. That's that arrangement that was swimming back there. I really love this piece. This is now, how long ago was it released? It's a month ago. Oh, quite a few views as well too. You know what? One of the things that I just keep on want to circle back to is just her performance as a vocalist. Even though everything was getting very powerful behind, or lifting more and more with the arrangements, getting a little more aggressive, a little more forward, she just kept this. She just kept her soulful, kind of brittle. I don't mean brittle as in thin. I guess that's what brittle means, right? But this very sensitive performance through these building arrangements. And so, and lately I've been on this big trend and big vibe on ambient ethereal compositions. So I love the crossover use of the lo-fi drums and some of the, it's not lo-fi trap. So you have the lo-fi loop kind of sound that was at the beginning. There's some snare work in there. And I don't know if the composer or the producer of the tracks used a single kit and affected it in post. But there was some kind of dexterity in the sound with that I really liked. But I really enjoyed the fact that the really fast 30-second hi-hats were not aggressive in its high tone, I'm sorry. You know, and that would have sent it completely into a whole different vibe. And so the producers and the engineers on this kept that hi-hat kind of maybe rolling off from 10,000 plus, or kind of scooping it off there. And I really dug that. Great track. Loved it. Thank you so much. You know who from Patreon suggested this. Once again, I'll just bring up Patreon if you want to come over and hang out for a month and, drop by. I'm going to start putting reactions from this channel and also custom reactions on Patreon first. So you'll hear it on Patreon first, and then I'll break it out onto the channel as well. So the links for all that will be down below. Thank you guys so much. Have an absolutely killer rest of your week. All right.